Next topic comes with our Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Now, especially here, our date is mentioned, that is 13th March 1919. Now, when these two famous leaders, Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Kichlu, when they were arrested in Amritsar, Punjab, so with effect of this, a public gathering was organized in the Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. Now, the day was of Baisakhi. Now, these people gathered for the opposition of these two famous leaders. But there, when people gathered, this General O'Donnell Dyer, he went with his troops and without any warning, he started firing on innocent people from the machine gun. Now, this Jallianwala Bagh is very constructed with very high walls on all the four sides of the Bagh, and in the middle of the Bagh there is an unused well, and without, as there was no way, a number of people lost their lives in that firing. The British government gave the report as 379 people died and 1200 injured. But when a committee was appointed by the Congress, there were 1000 people who died in the firing, and the British government report was said to be as false. Then a very anger was given, disappointment was shown by the Congress people and whole of the Indian people. So a Hunter Commission was set up in case in in behalf of investigating the case against this General Dyer. But he it was said that it was an innocent mistake and it happened unknowingly. And on the next day he was returned to England, and there, after reaching there, he was honored with a sword and with 2000 pounds. By this incident, Indians were very terrible shocked, and with this inhuman act, Gandhiji lost faith with the British government completely. After that, this event again thought to be as a turning point to get the people all united, the whole nation. After that, this moment led toward the new movements, so the new movements such as non-cooperation movement, ground for future of non-cooperation movement. Then came the Khilafat movement. Now the Khilafat movement, as we all know, during the First World War, when this Turkey joined the Germany, then England won. Then after that, unjust terms and conditions were for the losing country. But here, the Sultan of Turkey, he was a Khalifa, he was the head of these Muslims. So, this movement in India opposed strict terms imposed on Turkey, and the Sultan came to be known as the Khilafat movement. These, the terms imposed on Turkey and the Sultan, that came to be known as Khilafat movement. Then here these Ali brothers, Maulana Shaukat Ali and Maulana Muhammad Ali, they were the chief leaders of the movement. And Gandhiji requested the Congress that we should keep in mind first Hindu and Muslim unity. So with the support of Congress, the movement gave a very fast hit back. Then came the non-cooperation movement. So the non-cooperation movement was not to agree on any part with the British government. Now here this non-cooperation, for the non-cooperation movement, Nagpur conference, it gave the approval in the year December 1920, and it was a very strong demand for independence of India, Swarajya. After that, then came the constructive aspect. The constructive aspect means that we should have Hindu Muslim unity first. It was the positive aspect. Then again, boycott of foreign goods and use of Swadeshi goods. So further, spinning wheels were reviewed in every house, and collection of much of the fund, round about 1 crore rupees, for that Tilak Swarajya fund was done. Abolition of untouchability, national education, prohibition, etc. National education was given encouragement. These were the positive aspects. And the negative aspects were that many people boycott the foreign cloth, many people resigned from the British offices and government courts also, and many functions and titles were returned. Now the programs for non-cooperation movement. So what were the programs? Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore returned their titles, Kesare Hind and Knighthood Honor. Then many students left English schools and colleges. At various places, foreign clothes were set on fire. Then many of the good leaders, they were boycotted. They were not given any kind of cooperation. Regarding the ceremony of honoring the Prince of Wales, it was boycotted. No any kind no kind of excitement was shown for the welcoming ceremony. Then on the other hand, national schools and colleges were encouraged at various places like Kashi, Bihar, Jamia Millia, Gujarat, Vidyapits, etc. Then propaganda regarding our national education, our own language education was propagated. Use of Swadeshi goods and import of foreign items, foreign footwear, luxurious items, that was reduced. So, due to these actions, the British government was somewhat shocked and they suffered a huge economic loss. Then the money collected in the Tilak fund, so that was to be used at various places for the nation's progress. Then the many people many people also suppressed various policies. That uncontrolled lathi charge, firing, collective arrest, inhuman torture was meted out. Then and again, to break the Hindu Muslim unity, that was also proved unsuccessful. Then came the Chauri Chaura incident and withdrawal of the movement. Now we all know, when a peaceful rally was going on at Chauri Chaura in Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh, there the police opened fire on the people. When these police people went short of bullets means while firing, when the bullets got over, and by looking to this inhuman firing, the common people attacked the police station and set fire on the policeman, in which this 21 policemen died. When this news was received by Gandhiji, Gandhiji was very disappointed and he expressed that the people are not understanding my movements. So he withdrew the non-cooperation movement. He said that satyagraha means to carry out movements without no violence means. But the people are not ready to understand, so I am suspending this movement immediately. Now, here importance of non-cooperation and its effects is being described, that this movement could not achieve its desired aims, but somewhat its negative and constructive aspects tried to generate people awareness of their rights. Slowly there was a change seen in people. People were becoming fearless, people were coming out of their houses. A strong feeling of opposition against injustice was seen. People were ready to face the torture or the arrest or whatever, but they were ready to do something fearlessly. So they were not fearing any kind of punishment, any kind of imprisonment, and among them, faith of independence or to be free from this Britishers' rule, it became stronger and stronger. So by this, the youth, women also came out from their houses and they started serving their nation. Organizations were made, people were having good leaders, and they were working according to it. National education was propagated. Hindi became more important rather than English. And this, as this movement started from cities and from many good people, educated people, so these movements also got reaching towards the villages also. Then our last topic comes with Swarajya Party. Now, what this Swarajya Party was, that Chitranjan Das Munshi and Motilal Nehru formed this Swarajya Party after the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement. Now, this establishment of this party was to enter the legislative assemblies and to keep out a check over the government policies over there. So they adopted the constructive activities of Gandhiji, like abolition of untouchability, Hindu Muslim unity, revival of spinning wheel, and liquor prohibition, etc. So these people hold elections in the year 1923 November, and they were elected in the central legislature and provincial legislature when they were elected by clear majority. Then during this time Bengal could not get the majority, but there it showed an image of a strong party. Then Motilal Nehru came from the central legislature and Chitranjan Das was in the Bengal province. Then after that they disapproved the government budgets or the policies or the decisions taken over there. Due to that, the government was compelled to look upon the problems of the common people. Likewise, the working of Swaraj Party was being continued, and also as the Swaraj Party was working somewhat fastly, so it became necessary for British government to appoint a Simon Commission. After that, this was working accordingly in a disciplined manner. It was again taking account into what various decisions are being taking time to time in regular intervals. So constitutionally also and democratically also the policies were being implemented. Many people, as it was seen that we, by living in India, by getting education, we can also take part in the our government, British government, as a legislative and provisional. So people were uh, people got inspiration from this Swaraj Party. They started working more powerfully. Then national awareness was seen with respect to these people. But after 2 years, Chitranjan Das died in June 1925. There, this Swaraj Party became weak. Then, some members, some members who could not hold the party, they established a next party named National Party. Here, the prestige of Swaraj Party reduced, and in the next year, in 1926 election, these members lost terribly in Madras province, and Bipin Chandra Pal and Surendranath Banerjee criticized the party strongly. So all these, the various activities right from 1905, 1857 to the 1926, many activities are mentioned over here. All the massacres, Jallianwala Bagh, foreign revolutionaries doing in the foreign countries, Morlamento reforms, then all the Indian revolution, what, how they told people that how to make bombs, then pistols, then translation of various things into the regional languages. So all that is being discussed in our lesson. So by this our lessons end over here. Question answers are given and you have to complete your question answers. Thank you.